All right, live. We are Endgame Live once again. Welcome back, everybody, especially our Endgame community who's always supportive. Appreciate you. I am Pierre. He is Chris. We are here today to show off the Bestball Mania 3, which you might have heard. A big announcement is now with a massive, and that's not an overstatement in any way, a massive $10 million prize pool. And Chris, I believe the grand winner, whoever finishes number one, it gets by themselves. Is it $2 million?
Yeah, winner gets $2 million. I think second place even gets $1 million. So let's go. Let's take home this $2 million end game. Let's do it.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna represent our community. We're gonna draft a team together right now, live, and we're gonna try to take home that prize. And of course, in some way or another, we will share it with you all if we take home that $2 million. We'll have plenty to go around. We're growing the endgame community. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. Let's keep pushing it, and we'll get there. We're going to see that big bump. Of course, we'll see you guys, whoever goes to that Fantasy Football Expo in Ohio in August. We'll be seeing you there too. So we're going to spread the word. But right now, we have a nice, tight-knit community. So we're going to help you all out. We want you to win as much as possible. Of course, play on Underdog. If you do play on Underdog, you know what we're talking about. If you don't already, use promo code ENDGAME. Get in there. That's the place to go. But let's kick this off. Go ahead and let's enter this thing.
Let's do it. Here we go. Yes. We wish to enter.
Now, one thing is you'll notice, if you guys saw there, you have two choices. You can do a fast draft, 30-second clock, right? No messing around. That's what we're doing right now. Or you can do a slow draft. I'm a big fan of slow drafts, mainly because I don't have time to do too many live drafts, but also I actually just love it's just more time to kind of digest and process the strategy with that 8-hour clock. Chris, I know you like both. You just love drafting like I do. Do you have a preference for best ball or for the contest like this? Do you like the pace of the fast clock because, it gives you time? Because you already know, right? We do so many drafts, right? We draft with our community every single week. Basically, you feel like they give you an edge, or do you like the slow draft because it gives you a chance to kind of think ahead, kind of like in chess, or you can plan your moves ahead of time?
I do think the fast draft does give the sharper drafters, the people who are drafting more frequently, an edge. But I prefer the slow drafts because, like you, I don't have a lot of time to be sitting down on my computer like this and, spending an hour and a half drafting. But I do think it is an advantage if you can do a fast draft like this.
Agree. I mean, one thing is when you've done so many drafts, when you break down rankings and ADP to the point where we basically have it memorized. Yeah, like there you don't even have to think, right? The first few rounds, you can almost draft with your eyes closed. You can say, okay, if this guy's available, I'll take him, or if this is what I have on the board. So I think that's an advantage. But like right now, before this, I think I have about 5 different drafts going on. We got our Dynasty rookie drafts are underway. Of course, our Endgame Dynasty League just started their draft. We got In the Cut going on. I got another Best Ball Mania slow draft that I've been doing, which I'm 2 picks away from. So it's draft season already, guys. This is May. It's draft season. As soon as the NFL draft is over, it's fantasy football season.
All right, well, we got pick 2 here. We're starting in 30 seconds. I'm guessing JT will go 1. So who are we thinking at 2? We're gonna go. I know who I like at 2, but what do you think?
All right, so here we go. We know now. We talked about this, right? On Underdog, advantage early goes to the stud running backs because it's half PPR. So I know you're not the kind of person, ever will be, who feels like you have to take a running back, especially in round 1. But the number 2 pick, I think you almost have to, right?
Yeah, we got to go running back for sure. It's just a matter of which one. I mean, it would be nice if TNT Q later gifted us JT, but assuming he doesn't.
We talked about this when we asked who's number 1. We did a video on that before the draft, but of course, the NFL draft didn't change much. So it's either Christian McCaffrey, and we hope he stays healthy, or I think our sleeper here is Najee Harris. I know we both love him. Who are you going to go with? You want to play it safe, or you want to go for the CMC redemption season?
Well, I mean, CMC's got way more upside. So I think, in this format, we want to chase the league breaking upside. So I think, again, so guys, if you don't know, this is a tournament with over 400,000 people. So you have to have like an insanely good lineup. And I just think as much as I like Najee, we know if CMC can stay healthy, he absolutely can, break fantasy football. So I think we have to chase that crazy upside, and hopefully he stays healthy.
Hopefully, I mean, we talk about injury risk and all this. Said it before. Every running back, every player in the league, but every running back has that risk. Guys who've never been hurt before will get hurt, right? It will happen. There's just as good a chance. Najee Harris or Jonathan Taylor could get hurt, and then there goes everything. So, yeah, you want to take it into consideration. I'm not saying CMC has zero risk compared to everyone else, right? It is a little riskier, especially the way they've kind of babied him. Look, I think that Matt Rule, is so desperate. He's talking about a hot seat. His seat was hot halfway through last season. They didn't get a franchise quarterback, right? They didn't trade for one. They didn't draft one. I mean, Matt Corral is a work in progress. He's going to be, even if he's starting. He's going to be so desperate just to save his job. I don't think they're going to baby CMC anymore because of his contract, right? It's been 2 years. I think he's sad enough. They're going to run him out there as long as he can stay on the field. So I hope he stays healthy. But yeah, like if you're doing like a 10-team league, you can play it safer, right? If you're doing a double up 50-50 league where you just want to finish in the top half of the league, yeah, you play it safe. You don't have to take a guy who can win the whole league because it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't make a big difference in your bottom line. But if you're going against sharks, if you're going against a huge pool, like thousands of people, and you want to try to win it, not just finish in 100th place and get your, $10 back or $25 back, you got to take some risks. So I think that's the highest upside we could have gotten.
Yeah, I agree. Now we got to start thinking about, we're going to have 2 picks pretty quick here. I mean, I'd like to get one more running back out of these next 2 picks, depending on who's there. I mean, I know Javante's been slipping. Javante would be really nice. I know he's been.
And here's the thing, look, I'm way down on, I see Kamara there. I'm ignoring him because I'm way down on him anyways this year, but this is half PPR. Kamara's bread and butter is pass catcher. He gets a little bit devalued in this. And I think Chubb, who I know you're not as crazy about, he gets a little bit of a bump, right?
Yeah, he gets a little bit of a bump. He's still just okay to me. Like I would be willing, like I think if Javante's there, we have to take Javante, right?
Yeah. I'm okay with Javante. Look, Fournette's tempting too.
I also like Saquon. I mean, again, if he has a bounce back season, a full year removed from ACL, that could be a league winning, tournament winning pick. So you can't play it safe in this format. So
look, we know coming back, especially where we're at, we should take another running back. If we pass running back on the second and third rounds, we're in the dead zone by the time it comes back to us, right? And I think in this format, we need a running back. Look, in my Bestball Mania 3, the first one I'm doing, my slow draft I talked about, my number 2 pick was Saquon Barkley. So that'll tell you what I think about that pick. So I am totally fine going with that because absolutely, I know that then people are going to say, well, you took CMC and Saquon Barkley like you're drafting a team from 2019. Look, it's not just about youth. Javante is a sexier pick. Doesn't mean he's going to be more productive. He's still sharing time with Melvin Gordon, right? And he's a solid pick, but Saquon Barkley could have a better season.
Yeah, we're going to get one of them here. We're going to get one of them at least. All right, well, Javante and Saquon are there. I think we got to go Javante here, right?
Let's go Javante.
Yeah, I think we have to. Wish my computer wouldn't do this. There we go. CMC Javante start. I can't be mad about that. So now we definitely need to think about running back for this next pick. Okay, so we're on the clock again. Cooper, Pittman, Deontay. I really like the upside of Cooper with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, look, AJ Brown, I think he's gonna be a little overdrafted. Keenan Allen's a safe pick. Cooper is the upside pick. I'll let you choose.
We only got 10 seconds here, so.
You want to go Cooper?
Yeah, it's tough. Cooper? Yeah, I'm going Cooper. My computer lets me. There we go. Maybe Higgins was the pick there.
Look, he's been having shoulder issues, right? He's wearing a sling. I mean, does that worry you at all a little bit? I don't know if I like him as I know I don't like him as my wide receiver 1, so. It would have to be a little later for me to take him.
Great start here, I think. We got CMC, Javonte, and Amari Cooper. I think that's really good. So we can think about potentially, grabbing Watson as our QB1 now to get that stack.
So there was a good article that just came out, obviously, from Underdog. Hayden Winks, who does Underdog videos on YouTube, and also all the analysis and breaking down, talking about how to draft for this draft, the Bestball Mini 3, how to draft quarterbacks, how to draft running. It's a massive article, but it goes, each position tells you what to do. So one thing you need to know, guys, do not reach. Just don't, because you are basically throwing away points, which means you are potentially throwing away money. Because even if you think, oh, this guy's going to break out, this guy's whatever, if you reach too much, more than once or twice, then yeah, you're taking a guy that you could have gotten later, but also you're substituting it with a player that you could have gotten at their current ADP where it's rightly priced, if you will, and then potentially leaving points off the board because you get a guy comparable. Everyone thinks they're Nostradamus, right? Either I know this guy is my wide receiver 2 is going to win the league. No, you don't, right? And if you're wrong, then you're going to pay for it. So we don't want to ever reach too much. And one thing I'll say, this is half PPR. Chris, I don't know how you feel, but as far as tight end, I think we might be waiting a while.
Yeah, definitely. I think tight end, you can start getting some of those middle, like those guys in the 8 to 15 range. You get a couple of those guys, I think you're good. We probably did reach a little bit there on Cooper, but like you said, I mean, those like Deontay Johnson, especially in half PPR, DK Metcalf, looking at who knows going to throw to him.
No.
I just really like Amari Cooper with Deshaun Watson. I think his upside.
The only one I would have considered there was Keenan Allen, but again, for him, a lot of it's volume and full PPR. It would have easily been Keenan for me, but we could see Cooper piling up more yards and more touchdowns, and I think he could easily be just as valuable as Allen. So I'm okay with that. I definitely didn't want Higgins there. DK, as much as I love DK, yeah, not this year. So yeah.
So now we're almost certainly going to go a couple more wide receivers here after starting running back. So I know Hollywood, especially with Hopkins out the first 6 weeks, he's got tons of upside. Judy, I know we both like him.
Not Godwin, not touching Godwin.
Not Godwin, Sutton. Wow, Mike Williams' ADP is that high? I mean, come on, guys.
Well, here's the thing too, guys. And now there's a good point. You talk about ADP. This is Underdog ADP. You go to a different platform, it's different. Mike Williams is, I don't know why, always a little overvalued on Underdog. I get that certain players in half PPR, non-PPR get a bump. That's too much. That's too much of a bump for me.
Yeah, and it does look like there's going to be some good QB value here. I'm not normally an early QB guy.
No.
But I mean,
now one thing, nobody's going QB early, which is surprising. Usually somebody does, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we get Mahomes a full round below ADP, can we say no to that?
One thing we want to think about is, and this was mentioned in that article, is stacking, right? Because in a tournament like this, you almost always want to pair one of your top receivers with its quarterback, at least one of your top 3 receivers. We could go Watson later since we got Cooper. If we go...
Well, Judy just went. I'm looking at...
Sutton, we could wait and get Russ Wilson hopefully later, but okay. I do like Bateman the Bateman-Lamar combo, but what do you think? You think we take Mahomes?
I kind of feel like it's a good value here. Do you think we should?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it because none of those receivers are really jumping out to me, honestly. I think we can get them all on the way back. And it's going quick.
Yeah. It moves quick. Okay, there goes Sutton. I like Robinson too. I like Bateman. I like Robinson here. Who do we like more between Robinson and Bateman?
I'm kind of leaning Robinson, to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I mean, with the Stafford, that offense. Hello? Yeah, I hit draft. Oh, jeez. Thought we were going to get auto-drafted there.
Yeah. All right. So there we go. Got Robinson. We got Cooper. I know. Okay, so thinking about the fact we got Mahomes, Yeah, it does that sometimes. Don't worry, we're good. We got a while till we draft. I know you're not a
we got
Juju fan. Are you
Mahomes.
thinking about any sort of Chief later on? I know you're
I
a
mean, I
fan of Sky
definitely am
Moore.
definitely gonna add Juju to our queue if it lets me here. There we go. I mean, I'm not high on McLaurin, but I think we're at a point now that if McLaurin is still on the board, we got to think about him, right?
Oh yeah, that's definitely good value. And the good thing that's overlooked with taking Mahomes there is now we don't even have to think about a second quarterback till much later, and we don't need a third quarterback, right? So we can stack more at like tight end, another running back.
Yeah, definitely can wait. I'm going to add Sky Moore to the queue, so if we miss out on Juju, he's an option later on.
And we don't know how he's going to do in Kansas City, but someone who's always paid for in best ball somehow or another is MVS, right? He's with Kansas City now. He's a guy who always has a ridiculously high win rate for someone who barely catches the ball. But when he has a big game, he has a big game, right? It's a long touchdown or 2 touchdowns, and it'll only happen 3 or 4 times a year. But those 3 or 4 times a year, he's in your starting lineup because he had a big game, and you got him at like the 20th round or something ridiculous. And that's what I'm talking about, getting value at that pick. So MVS as a late round pick here makes a ton of sense because we have Mahomes and we have that late stack. But we don't have to think about that just yet.
Yeah, not just yet.
Juju got taken, and so did McLaurin.
Yeah, Bateman is still on the board, though. I wouldn't mind him as my QB or wide receiver 3. I feel like Brandon Cooks is a guy that people still aren't valuing. We know he has – oh, there goes Bateman. We know Cooks has big weekly upside.
And I think – I don't know if this is officially considered the dead zone yet, but for running back, you have not as nearly as much upside as you'd like to see. We know Gibson's going to share time with Robinson and McKissick. Dillon is just a timeshare with Aaron Jones. You know, Josh Jacobs is basically on his way out as a starting running back. So there's no point going with another running back here because you can get much better value later. So I think we definitely keep stacking receivers. If there's a tight end you like, I don't know if we looked at that, if somebody jumps out like Hawkinson or somebody.
Yeah, to me, those guys like Hawkinson, Goddard, Gesicki, they're all pretty much the same. So to me, it's like if we're gonna take one of those guys, we might as well wait a little bit.
Yeah, we can wait.
I'm just kind of favoring. Okay, we're coming up here. Cook's still on the board. I feel like if Cooks is there, he's the pick.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, he's the clear wide receiver 1 there in Houston. He gives you those nice spike weeks.
You know who's going really, to me, undervalued? I know he missed a little bit of time last year, but Adam Thielen is now almost like afterthought, especially in half PPR, a guy who scores touchdowns a lot, and he's not in any threat of his target share because Vikings didn't get any other receivers this year. Adam Thielen as your 4th receiver is almost ridiculously good.
Yeah, well, I have him queued, and it looks like we're going to get Brandon Cooks here. All right, and then
wide receiver 1.
I think. I mean, do we go? Do we go Thielen here? Do we try to get the Sky Moore Mahomes stack?
I would like Sky Moore stack
later.
Yeah. I think we could do that. I think if we miss, I think it's a little early for Moore, even though we'd like to have that. I think it's a little early. Let's take a chance and see if he comes back to us. And if he doesn't, we'll get MVS later.
Okay, so if Thielen's on the board, I think we like Thielen more than these guys. We like Thielen more than like Olave, Wilson, Devonta Smith, Christian Watson.
Yeah, probably the only. All right, well, there you go. We don't have to worry about it. I think Thielen is the move.
Yeah, I like Thielen here. I think Thielen is our wide receiver 4. He has big weeks, scores tons of touchdowns. I'm liking this team so far. We got Mahomes, we got CMC, we got Javonte. I mean, that running back room is stacked. We just need 17 healthy games from CMC. We got Cooper, Robinson, Cooks, Thielen. I really like this team so far.
Yeah, look, it's hard to argue that we don't have as much upside as any team that you're going to have out there. So A lot of it, yeah, it's going to be pinned on CMC, but that goes for every running back you're going to draft in round 1, right? Sure, several will bust. You don't know which one. It could just as easily be Jonathan Taylor. So,
yeah, we are probably going to need to start thinking about a running back here at some point.
Yeah.
Now that we have 4 wide receivers. Cue some of these guys up here. Do we like James Cook? There's MBS. Cue him up.
I'm not a fan of James Cook personally, but
yeah, I'm with you on that. And then let's see.
Is Kenneth Walker still out there?
Yeah, should we cue him up?
Just for you, just for you. We can take. Nah, it's okay. Well, but you know what? If the value is good, if he falls, we can consider him. Look, who are other options as the third running back? I saw you put Chase Edmonds.
Yeah, I got Damian. I had somebody win. I had Elijah Mitchell, AJ Dillon. They're gone. Damian Harris, Kareem Hunt, Chase Edmonds, Kenneth Walker, Tony Pollard. I wish you could sort this. I wish you could sort your queue by ADP.
Yeah. All right. So we're looking at more if he's there. If he's not, we could go Olave, and then after that, do our third running back.
Yeah, I think I probably like. I mean, I definitely, if Sky Moore is still there, I think we jump on that to get the stack for sure. I think Olave is good here because these running backs, it's not like you feel. And they're far from sure things. Just say that.
Right.
Do we like Melvin Gordon? We can't draft Melvin Gordon when we have Javonte. That just handcuffs us.
Yeah. You're limiting your upside. Well, talk about that. I know we're coming up, but talk about that because some people will say, well, don't you want the backup, the handcuff? Because what if your starter goes down? So why would you not want Melvin Gordon?
I mean, you definitely don't want Melvin Gordon. It's one thing to have Melvin Gordon in like your home league with waiver wires, but since we have no waiver wire here, having Melvin Gordon just caps our upside, right? Because it's unlikely that both Melvin Gordon and Javonte make it into our starting lineup. So you'd rather have a running back from a different team who could potentially give you more upside. So, and Sky Moore went, so I think we're thinking Olave here if he's still there when it comes back to us.
Yeah, if he's still there. I mean,
if not,
do we like him as our receiver one? As far as rookies, we have him first. We're just prioritizing him more because we have Mahomes.
Yeah. So we can wait a little bit later and try to get MVS. But if Olave is gone, do we like Edmonds here? Do we like Hunt here?
Probably.
There goes Olave. So
there you go.
I think it's between Hunt and Edmonds.
Now, one thing we could think about is we have Amari Cooper. We're doing 2 Browns, running back and a wide receiver. That's not a bad way to, oh, are you kidding? Somebody took MVS already?
Wow. Okay.
Wow, that's way ahead of IDP.
There goes that stack.
But see, that's a bad pick for that team because they didn't have Mahomes, but also that's a reach. That's way ahead of ADP, so that's really not helping that team.
Now, Deshaun is still on the board. What if we go here with like Hunt and then Deshaun on our next pick? And that'll give us that Brown stack. What do you think about that?
I like that. If he's still available, I think that's because then we're set at quarterback for the rest of the draft.
Yeah, let's go Hunt here.
Let's go Hunt for sure.
And then if Deshaun makes it past this guy,
and that's fine because even if I don't think it's going to happen, but even if Watson does get suspended or he's hurt coming back, it doesn't affect us that much because we got Mahomes.
There we go. We got Watson. So we got the Brown stack minus Chubb, but that's okay. So we're set at quarterback now.
Okay, so don't have to worry about quarterback. We're waiting on tight end, so we can just stack at least 3 tight ends, and we can get any of those guys. Now, here's the thing too, half PPR. Look, anyways, once you get past the first few, I'd say maybe 5, 6 tight ends, you're really going for touchdown upside, right? More than anything, maybe some big yardage games, touchdown upside, right? Dawson Knox last year. Doesn't mean Dawson Knox will do that this year, but a guy you think is going to score touchdowns, and we can get 3 of them, and then they're going to kind of, hopefully rotate weeks scoring and getting into our lineup. So we can wait if you want, you can wait a little longer on tight end, and we can get more depth at running back and wide receiver. Cole Hardman looking like a good value now for our Chiefs.
Yeah. He might be somebody we need to target. Definitely. So I'm just going to queue up some wide receivers here. I know we both like Tim Patrick a lot.
Yep.
I think he's a great value this year. Kind of like David Bell might be another good one to add to that Brown stack for us later on. I think Donovan Peoples-Jones, another one. Although his value did go down a little bit with the David Bell pick, but I don't know if it went down that much.
You know what? I kind of like for Bestball, I like DPJ because he's the deep threat, right? He's the burner. He's the one who's going to get those long scores. Bell, I don't know. I mean, I'm not as crazy about him just watching, his tape. And there were some questions. Of course, he didn't test well the combine, and we don't want to put too much into combine numbers. But Bell is okay. I think for me personally, I'd rather wait and get Peoples-Jones.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm definitely okay with that. Hines, a guy, I think.
Hines.
Yeah, I'm just trying to queue up some guys here so when our turn comes.
I noticed I think you accidentally passed Marlon Mack.
Are you sure?
I think so. I mean, you probably didn't see him. That's what it was.
How do we feel here about these tight ends? I feel like now might be a good time to take one of these tight ends. I mean, you don't want to have completely terrible tight ends.
No. You don't want like Alberto as your starter, as your TE1. Tanyan's a sneaky pick. He obviously missed the year, but with Devontae Adams gone, he could be a, touchdown target. I like Komet this year. I think Ertz is probably the strongest out of that group, with Hopkins suspended for 6 games for sure.
Yeah.
So I would say if Ertz is there, take Ertz. We know we like the Fryer Goat. And then I like Komet.
Yeah. I think Komet, where's Komet's ADP? We could probably wait a little bit on Komet.
Yeah.
I think here we're looking at Ertz or Freiermuth. If not, I mean, Edmonds is still on the board. Are people that worried about Sony Michel?
No, not worried. I think people are just skeptical of Dolphins running backs.
I mean, if Edmonds is still there at this next pick, that feels like a huge value. Like, we almost have to take that, don't you think?
Oh yeah, I mean that would be what, our 4th running back, right?
Yeah, that'd be our 4th running back. So Ertz just went.
Yeah,
there goes Fryer Goat. We might have to wait even longer on tight end, but I hope. I mean, if Evans gets to us here, I think that's great.
Like I said, it's okay. We don't get one of those tight ends. We're going to get at least 3 anyways at this point. So we'll just go with one of those guys the next round. Yeah. So let's get a running back now. If Edmonds is there, please make it to us.
I mean, you're talking, over a full round below ADP. So,
and that's always what it is. It's always about value.
I mean, you got Madison being drafted against Edmonds. Madison has no value unless Dalvin Cook gets hurt. I get it. He has a ton of value if Dalvin Cook gets hurt, but man. All right, well, there we go. We landed Edmonds. And we got another pick. I mean, do we go another running back here? Do we grab like a Gesicki, a Komet, a Irv Smith? Seems early for those guys. Unless we want to go Gesicki.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay waiting on tight end.
What about Galladay? I kind of like Galladay this year.
He's interesting. He's definitely an interesting pick. I feel like we could go receiver, because we waited to get our first receiver and we only have 4. Now we have 4 running backs. So yeah, Galladay 24. That's about right. So
Galladay, Pickens, with these guys, their ADP. Let's look at that.
Yeah, we can wait on those guys. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Where did Bell just went?
All right, let's go with Galladay here. I like this pick. I like our draft. So we got Mahomes, Watson. So we are set at QB. No doubt about that.
Sure.
We got CMC, Javonte, Hunt, Evans. I think that running back room is stacked. Even if you don't like Miami running backs, I mean, Evans is for sure getting the majority of the touches. It might not be 60, 70%, but he's getting the majority. We got Cooper, A-Rob, Cooks, Thielen, and Galladay. Tons and tons of upside on this team right now. I'm loving this team a lot.
It's interesting. You got people taking, and I get the rookie fever, especially the draft just happened, right? So you see, look, right around our pick of Galladay, the boring veteran, you have David Bell, James Cook, Damian Pierce, all these rookies going. Those guys are completely unproven, but also you don't know what their touches are going to be. I would take Galladay, who could be the wide receiver 1 on his team, which I get that he did nothing last year. I get he was injured a lot of last year. This is a new coach, a new system, right? The culture was bad. It was bad in New York. This is an offensive-minded coach. Galladay, he was just off last year, right? I don't think any of those injuries are going to debilitate him and keep him out this year. So there's still a ton of upside there, but it's the value. He's our 5th receiver. He doesn't, even if he does nothing, that doesn't really hurt us too much. It's just looking for upside.
I totally agree. Last year I was 100% off Galladay because he was still going in like the 5th, 6th round, even though that situation was terrible.
Yep.
Now he's going outside the top 120. It's not going to be one of the best offenses in football, but it's going to be better, right? Because they have Dable instead of Joe Judge.
Yes.
So it's going to be better. Let's just say that.
Can't be much worse. I would love if it wasn't Daniel Jones at quarterback still, but he could have his moments.
Man, these tight ends are going. I'm going to queue up Henry because at least we know.
Yeah, I just noticed Cole Kmet went and then Gesicki. So now I think we can go for tight end. Look, I would say I love Njoku, but now I think we might be a little too Cleveland heavy, so we could probably lay off of him. But Tunyon is a good pick.
Yeah, we might have to go tight end here because it's getting thin.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really mind Higbee. I feel like he's got some upside. Man, it's ugly at tight end. Who's down here a little bit farther down?
I'm kind of interested in Austin Hooper, Tennessee, because they don't have AJ Brown anymore. Their top receiver, their number 1 receiver, is a rookie, Treylon Burks. So I love Treylon Burks, but still, he's a rookie. Their number 2 receiver is Nick Westbrook-Ikine. They're going to need to throw the ball to the tight end some, and Austin Hooper has had his time. I guess it didn't really work out in Atlanta, but that team was kind of a dumpster fire anyway. So I like Austin Hooper as a 2nd tight end, but that's much later. I'm not too worried about him getting picked yet. But he's interesting. Look, Cameron Brate, if Gronk doesn't come back, Cameron Brate, are you kidding? I'm going to have him everywhere.
That's true. How do we feel about Gronk? Is he stringing us? Is he waiting for, is he waiting until the last minute so he doesn't have to practice as much? That's kind of what he did the first year, right? He did kind of just and then finally I was like, okay.
Probably. But even so, Gronk gets hurt. Brate still has.
Yeah, there goes Tunyon.
Dang, man. That's the problem with picking towards the turn, right?
We're going to have to go Hunter Henry here for sure. Do we like any of these tight ends better than Hunter Henry? At least, maybe Hooper and Brate, but we don't need to get those guys yet.
No, it's too early for those guys. Generally speaking, I like Njoku, but we already have 4 or 5 Browns, so we could probably wait on him or pass on him.
There goes Patrick. That's too bad.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got Hunter Henry. Should we grab? Should we grab DPJ or do we have too many Browns? Are we too Brown heavy?
Yeah. Let me see. We got Watson. We got
Cooper. We got Hunt. All right, we're back on the clock. Do we go with a running back here, like a handcuff type running back, like a Carter, Spiller, Naeem Hines? We go with another tight end.
Let's go running back. I like either Hines or even Algier. I mean, he could be the starter, but we got 5 seconds.
He could be the starter. Well, I got to do something here, so let's just go Algier real quick. That was a panic pick. That was a panic pick because I had 0 seconds. I'm like, that's the thing, man. This clock goes quick.
Yeah, there's not a lot of time to talk it out.
No, not a lot of time to talk it out. I think that might be my least favorite pick we've made, but whatever.
There's a path for him because look, they cut Atlanta, cut Mike Davis, right? They just announced Cordell Patterson is going to spend less time at running back. I mean, he could be the starting running back. I know it's Atlanta and they're bad, but they've got to give somebody the touches. So, and I think he'll catch the ball out of the backfield because that was, one of the reasons that teams liked him is because he can serve that third down role. So he's got some upside.
Well, I hope you're right. He's on the team now. Nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
So we got to look here. All right, we're at 2. So we're going to have what? We're going to have a 2-6-7-3 build. Is that what our build is going to be?
Yeah, I think we need for sure 3 tight ends. Because we were running back early, I think it's better that we stack more receivers.
So 2-5-7-3? Or no, 2. Well, that would be 8. 2-5-8-3.
No, I think we can go 2-6-7-3.
Okay.
But I guess we'll see. I mean, we'll see what the board gives us, right?
Well, I mean, you do have to keep roster construction in the forefront because that's one of the main things you can control that definitely puts an edge in your favor. So, so let's see the biggest win rates.
Also depends on when you take these players because we did take 2 running backs with our first 2 picks.
Yeah.
We can afford to probably go with more receivers. So.
All right. We also have to definitely. I mean, we might be forced to take Njoku.
Well, and that's okay because it stacks with Watson and.
There goes Njoku, so we're off the hook there.
All right.
I mean, our queue's getting pretty low here. Do we take DPJ anyways, even though?
Yeah.
Do we like any of these wide receivers more? Like, do we like?
Not Sammy Watkins.
Odell, Curtis Samuel, Mechie. Man, who do we like, guys? See this? I do like James Washington in Dallas a lot.
Yep, that's exactly what I was looking at. As our last receiver, James Washington is a nice best ball pick. All right, we're about to be on the clock, though. Are we going to go tight end first?
Yeah, I think we need to. Are we going?
Or
who do we like the most here? Who do we like best at tight end here? Everett, Hooper, Brait, Hooper?
I like Hooper. I don't know. I think we might be able to wait. You think if we take Everett now and then Hooper on the way back, and if he's not available, we go with Brait?
All right, let's do that. And then probably go wide receiver here. I feel like DPJ is a reach here, but maybe not.
He's not too far off from ADP. 170, and he's going 180, so it's close. Curtis Samuel could be a sneaky pick.
I mean, do we want to go Samuel just because we don't have too many rounds, or do we like DPJ more?
I don't know. You think Samuel can do it? You think he can stay healthy?
I worry about them with Dotson there now that his role might be diminished. Let's just go DPJ. Let's just keep the Browns We
Yeah, that's
really
true.
need the Browns. We really need the Browns to be awesome. All right, so last year, so for teams with 3 tight ends, I mean 2, 6, 7, 3 or 2, 5, 8, 3 are both good. So we could go either way. We could go 8 wide receivers and just be done at running back, or we could go 1 more running back and 1 more wide receiver. What are you feeling?
All right. Who we got at running back that's left?
Let's see. We got Herbert. I know you like Mac. I don't know how I feel about Robinson. I don't really like McKissick now with all the running backs there. I know we both like White. I know we both like Jameer White.
Jameer White. There you go. Those guys are handcuffs.
Yeah, they're all going to be handcuffs here. We're in that range. I know you like Ingram.
I do like Ingram. I like him a little bit better in full PPR, but he's still a sneaky pick. Look, James Conner gets hurt. You're looking at the RB1 for Arizona. So,
all right. So we could either go. So we know we're going to go, Hooper or Brake here.
Yep.
Hopefully one of them falls to us.
That's not bad. Those are because look, Hunter Henry, not a stud, really tight end, but he scores touchdowns. That's where he's used is in the red zone. So he'll have his games. He'll score a few touchdowns. Gerald Everett, that actually could be a nice little, I'd say breakout, but he's a good receiving tight end. Last year didn't come together because Seattle just struggled. Now he's got Justin Herbert. I mean, he's a skilled receiver, just maybe now in the right position finally, now that everyone's off of him. Everyone was on him when he was in Seattle last year. It didn't work out, so now everyone's off him.
So I like Gerald Everett. I think Gerald Everett has – we probably reached a little bit on him for sure. But we had to do it. We had to lock up a decent tight end too. But I like him. So
I feel like everyone's reaching on tight ends in this draft. Like Cole Kmet should have been there for us, and he wasn't. That's a guy I really like, but
yeah.
Oh well, Tunyon.
I think if it comes back to us and James Washington is still on the board, maybe we should grab him.
Yeah.
We only need one of these tight ends to fall to us, and I doubt the guy in between us. I mean, let's see how many tight ends he has, but I doubt he'll take both of them. I mean, he does only have one tight end, so hopefully he doesn't grab both of them. He has 9. Okay, he has 9 wide receivers.
He has 9 receivers. He only has 1 quarterback.
So maybe we should take the tight end here because he only has 1 tight end, but he's got 9 wide receivers. So maybe there's a better chance James Washington makes it. Maybe he'll take both these tight ends.
But you never know when you're draft like this. I've seen people do crazy things. I've seen people take like 4 or 5 quarterbacks. I've seen people take like 6 tight ends. So
do we go Hooper here and then figure James Washington will make it back to us?
I would think so. Yeah, let's go Hooper because we're in more of a need a good tight end than 7th receiver. So
I mean, this guy can't draft a 10th wide receiver when he's only got 1 tight end and 1 QB, right? He's got to go QB tight end here. He should. Okay, he went Mills, so he went with the QB, and nope, he went running back, but that's okay because that leaves us James Washington, who I really like. Perfect. I don't know why people are sleeping on James Washington. He's going to be in the Gallup/Cooper role there in Dallas.
That's the thing. He was the number 4 receiver in Pittsburgh with, again, what's Washington's strength? The deep ball. You got Ben Roethlisberger throwing it to you. That's why Claypool struggled last year. That's why Washington wasn't there, as a threat. But now he's going to be number 3 receiver for Dak Prescott, who doesn't have Amari Cooper anymore, and he does know how to throw the deep ball. So, yeah, I really like Washington. Look, Gallup, he's coming off an injury, ACL injury. He might not be 100%. So Washington could be more involved than people think, too. Yeah, so are we going running back or wide receiver here with our last pick? I feel like in this format, again, being half PPR, I think we get more out of having that extra running back. All right, well, there goes Zamir White. It depends who's left. Look, there goes Zamir White. We can't take Michelle.
Edmonds.
I don't want to take a running back just for the sake of taking a running back, right? If we don't like anybody, but
I mean, I kind of like P. Ryan. I kind of like Damian Williams. Well, we can't take Damian Williams because we have Algier.
Yeah. We're banking on Algier.
I mean, who do we like here at wide receiver? Do we like Chenault this year? Do we like Isaiah McKenzie?
McKenzie's interesting.
What about Justin Ross? We do have Mahomes. We could take a chance. I know he wasn't drafted, but the talent is there. The upside is there. He's just got to stay healthy. What do you think?
That's one of those lotto scratch-off tickets that you see if it pays off, it could cash in huge for us. So, look, why not? Let's put him on there and see what happens. Look, Marlon Mack just went. Our running backs are going off the board. I really don't love any of the running backs that are left, so maybe we just go receiver.
Yeah, I think if Justin Ross makes it to us, we grab him. We got since we did take Mahomes early, at least we get that one stack. And again, it's not a matter of
McKenzie. McKenzie was looking like a really good pick, and I had him a couple times before the NFL draft. But look, they took Khalil Shakir, who you can say, well, whatever. He was, mid-round pick. They also got Jamison Crowder. So McKenzie, I don't know that he's going to be more than just like a fourth, fifth option at receiver.
That's the thing. I really liked McKenzie too, especially when they signed him. Right, they brought him back, and it's like, okay. And then they just went out and brought him. And it seemed like they were trying to get even more wide receivers. Like they didn't feel good about their wide receivers. So, yeah, you got to worry about them a little bit there.
There's also Velus Jones.
Makes it to us.
Look, on leagues where I get Justin Fields as my quarterback, I am drafting Velus Jones Jr. I don't care that he's 38 years old coming in as a rookie. He will make some big plays. Guarantee it.
I also don't mind Devin Duvernay. I know there's some talk that they might bring in Jarvis. Well, there he goes. I was going to say there's some talk they might bring in Jarvis Landry, but anyways. So hopefully we're one pick away here. Hopefully we get Justin Ross. Looks like this guy probably should play right back.
Our last pick, I don't know that P. Ryan is going to win us our league. McKenzie, like I said, liked him before. He's okay, but at upside, yeah. Let's do it. Let's go Justin Ross.
Let's do it. As long as zone offense went McKenzie, so that makes our choice even easier.
Wow. All right. There you go. Sometimes you don't have to really decide, do you?
All right. There it is.
All right.
Done. Let's look at our team here. Let's take a look at our team. I don't know why it has to be so small. Why does it have to be so small? No. Okay, here's our team. We got Mahomes, Watson at quarterback. I mean, that's every single week we have top 5 upside at QB. That's awesome. CMC, Javonte, Kareem Hunt, Edmonds. I mean, Algier is really our only question. I mean, Edmonds, of course, there's some question marks, but I think there's a lot of upside there too. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that you can say, well, you only got 5 running backs. That's going to leave you, what if CMC gets hurt? Then that really is going to limit your. Well, of course, CMC gets hurt. That's going to hurt us no matter how many running backs. Like taking a 6th or 7th running back, that's not going to make up for CMC, right? Yeah. So obviously, you're taking a risk there. But I like that at least our number 3 and 4 running backs, they're more high floor guys, right? Now it's easy to say, oh, just go for ceiling. We did with our early picks, but you also need some sort of floor, right? If every pick there is a rookie or a guy that you're just betting on, then you're going to be left with nothing some weeks, and then that's going to hurt you. So, yeah, you go for the massive upside, but I like that Hunt has both, right? If Chubb gets hurt or if he has one of those games, he scores 2 touchdowns, gets involved as a pass catcher, he has that ceiling, but he also has a decent floor. And Edmonds the same. He's going to be the guy. No, he's not going to necessarily finish as a top 10 running back too often, if ever, but he's going to be the guy there. He's going to score a few touchdowns. He's going to be involved as a pass catcher. He's a good floor play there. So I think we have the best of kind of both worlds.
Yep, I agree with everything you just said. And then our wide receiver room, Cooper, maybe a little bit of a reach, but I love the ceiling there, and we got him stacked with Deshaun. Love A-Rob's potential. Cooks, always undervalued. Thielen, we talked about. Galladay, I think, definitely could have a big bounce back. DPJ, got another Browns. James Washington. To me, James Washington and Peoples-Jones are kind of like the same. You're going to get a lot of weeks where they don't do anything, but you're going to get huge spike weeks too. And then Justin Ross, of course, the wild card. If he can stay healthy, we got him there with Mahomes, so I like that.
And you can say, Ross, well, he's got, it could be a wasted pick. Of course he could. But, you get a guy who's the fourth, fifth receiver on a team and catches 2 balls a week for 21 yards. That's a wasted pick too, right? It's not really any different because he's never going to be in your lineup in best ball. So you might as well go for that upside at that point. So, and we did it smartly. We didn't just say, oh, let's take a rookie who looks good in the combine, right? Like we could have taken Tyquan Thornton, who was drafted way too early by the Patriots. Who do you feel better about, Justin Ross or Tyquan Thornton as far as producing? Me, I feel better about Ross, but also it was smart because we stacked him with Mahomes. So, there's a method to our madness.
For sure. And it's one of those picks that, he could get cut, he could get hurt in training camp, never play an NFL snap, and he's our 8th wide receiver. We'll probably still be okay, but if he stays healthy and he catches on, that could be huge for us. And then our tight ends, obviously a weakness for us, but I think we have some potential here. Hunter Henry, Gerald Everett, Austin Hooper.
So just one of those things, the way it plays out, right? We didn't know if tight ends would go as early as they did. We intentionally waited on tight end, but I didn't expect that like 3rd, 4th tier of tight ends to go as early as it did. But that's what happens when, like 7, 8, 9 tight ends go off the board. Then those last couple of teams feel like they have to take a tight end. So then they reach, right? You get a guy like Gesicki around early. You get a guy like Noah Fant too early. So I think it's better that we got these guys late and got them at good values than to go too early. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with it because we got upside here. And it's not going to be the strength of our team. But again, like if we're on FFPC, which is a tight end premium, this will play out totally different. We would have got a guy like Kyle Pitts early or somebody like that. So in half PPR, I'm okay with this. You just want touchdown upside anyways.
Yeah, if the weakness of our team is tight end, I'm okay with that. Like I say a lot, you're just trying to Frankenstein together a tight end one. We just need, on any given week, we just need one of these guys to have a decent game, score a touchdown, whatever it might be. So, I agree. I like this team. I think it's a solid team overall.
Very solid. A lot of upside. Let's see if it does it, guys. This is for you, the community. Promise you, if we win that $2 million, we're sharing it. Not all of it, but most of it. But we'll reinvest it into the site and make it even better, bigger. That's what we're trying to do, build all this off season. Let's do some endgame drafts together, guys. We mock draft pretty much every week at this point. Can we say it's been every other week? We're going to pretty much start drafting every week at this point, right? Usually on Thursdays.
Yeah, every week on Thursdays. And don't forget, guys, if you want to do a draft just like we did and try to win the $2 million for yourself, which you can share with us if you want, or you can keep for yourself. Check the description down below. There's a link. It's our referral link. So yes, we will get a little kickback, but you'll also get free money when you sign up. So if you want to try your hand at one of these drafts and you want some free money, check that out in the description.
There you go. It's a win-win. So check out Underdog. If you haven't joined our Discord yet, do that too. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do it now. We're here every single week, the entire year. No, we don't wait till after the draft. No, we don't wait till draft season. It's always draft season for us. So join us to help you win. That's our end game. All right, guys. Thanks for watching us.